Hi, I'm Bev Adams. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Welcome to my craft corner. It is already September, can you believe it? And I'm just getting started on my Getting Started challenge. For the last few years, I've been challenging myself to make a select few purchases and make as many cards as I can with just those limited supplies. I think it's a great way to get started with Stampin' Up! Or in paper crafting at all. I introduced my list in June, but one of the key elements was on back order, so I waited until I knew that I could get mine and you could get yours. And of course, then it got put aside. The core element is this Watercolor Wishes set. And when I was looking through the catalog, I saw these stamps and I said, what a fabulous set of stamps. How much is this set? And it's not here. Come to find out, it comes with all this other stuff. And it's still only $35. You get enough for 20 cards, and you get the cards in the envelopes, you get the block, you get the washi tape, you get the stamp pads, you get wooden elements, sequins, and of course the stamps, and then these little embellishments, paper cardstock embellishments. So I got my kit, and it comes in this lovely box. This box is giftable all in itself, and you could keep all of your supplies in this box if you get the instructions with everything you need. And really, if you wanted to stop right there and just use that Watercolor Wishes card kit, it would be a great way to get started. But I happen to notice that while those cards have backgrounds on them, there's really not any images in there. And so for my Getting Started challenge, I added Sprinkles of Life. I love this stamp set. This is so versatile. And I think you're going to need a little bit more ink beside the Night of Navy and the Watermelon Wonder. And so I'm adding the 1517 in color markers. And I'm adding the Pool Party and the Crushed Curry markers, which you can get individually from our catalog. Now, if you decide that you would really prefer the stamp pads, then you might want to take a look at the cardstock and pad kit, because if you multiply the 5 colors by $6.50, that's $32.50. You get the cardstock and pads for $32.50. That's like getting the cardstock for free. Now, I think that those cards are great, and you can make 20 cards. I don't know about you, but I send more than 20 cards. So I am suggesting that you get the in-color assortment. And these will blend really nicely with that card kit. And I think that you really will need some Whisper White cardstock, and you will need to get a pack of envelopes. I got the medium white Whisper White envelopes, and honestly, you could make tons more cards if you get 2 packs of envelopes, so consider doing that. And I didn't mention that the Sprinkles of Life coordinates with this fantastic punch, and this is the Tree Builder punch, and so that will make your life easier. Stampin' Dimensionals do come in that kit, but I think you're going to need more, so toss in some dimensionals. And you're going to need some bling. So I chose Dazzling Details and this metallic, silver metallic thread. I go into a lot of detail on my website, bevadams.com. If you don't like Sprinkles of Life, here's some other fantastic stamp sets that are also very versatile. And here's some other greeting sets that I think are great. If you don't like the in colors, then choose some of these others. Now, if you bought just the things I've already mentioned, the things on this list, it will cost you $126, and it will be enough for 60 cards. That sounds like a lot, but if you divide it out, that costs $2.10 for each unique handcrafted card that you want to make. I did not include in that scissors and some sort of adhesive. I also strongly recommend that you buy these tools: multi-purpose glue, a Stamp and Pierce mat, some snips, and a bone folder. If you add these basic supplies, as well as the glue, the mat, the snips, and the bone folder, that will bring your total to $152, and that will qualify you for $15.20 in Stampin' Rewards. Which means you could get this trimmer that normally costs $30, you would only have to spend $14.65, which would be a grand total of $166.65, and it still breaks down to $2.78 per card. But let me show you how I'm going to suggest that you cut up your card. I'm going to suggest that you cut your 8.5 by 11 cardstock at 5.5 and score at 4 1/4 for your card base. I do a lot of layering with 4 by 5 1/4 layers, so out of that other half, cut yourself one of those layers. If you've not seen Connie Stewart's flashcards, this gives you a couple of flashcards. Go check out her website, and you'll see what she can do with these flashcards. And also, this gives you a 1/4 of an inch little strip, which is great for just adding a little something either on the front of the card or inside, and also a 4 by 1/4 strip. Cutting this way gives you the card base that opens like this, or like this. Another card base is the 4 1/4 by 11. And if you cut that card base, score at 5.5. You can get the other 2 layers of Connie Stewart's flashcards. A layer that just is a little bit smaller than this at 3 3/4 by 5. You get 3 more of those skinny 1/4 by 5.5 inches, and also a 3 3/4 by 1 inch strip that will be great for. I would also recommend that you consider cutting some of your cardstock like this. This gives me my 4 by 5 1/4 inch layer, which is great for putting on the inside of the cards, especially for the darker cards. This is that smaller layer of flashcards. You might need some extra of those. It also gives you a couple of little pieces that are great for greetings or punches, and a couple of 1/2 inch by 5.5 inch strips. I would also suggest you pick up some of our empty wood mount cases. You get 4 in a pack. Also pick up some standard card cases. You're really only going to need 1 for your supplies, but 3 more are great ways to store your extra cards that you do make. Then come on over to my website and you can print up these just on your printer, and these will slip into those cases for you. The watercolor wishes, you're just going to open up that one standard case. The way I like to store my clear melt stamps is to take off the printed page, put it upside down inside, and you could actually glue that in if you'd like, and then pull these off and stick them onto the box themselves, like so. So they are easy to pull off. And so that puts your watercolor wishes in there. You can easily see what you have, and you can also see if you're missing any stamps by looking through there. Plus that gives you a piece of clear, like window sheets, that you might even want to save with your papers to use in your crafting. The next case is going to be for your card bases and envelopes. You're going to put that insert in one of your wood mount cases. Put a handful of envelopes, 2 pieces of each of those in colors and some white into card bases, plus those layers. Then I would pull off one of each of those cards from the watercolor wishes, one of each size. And the idea is not just to make cards but to send them, so go ahead and toss in some stamps into your case. And if you want to go ahead and put that clear sheet in there, put those extras into the original box so that you will know where they are. The next box is your embellishments. So toss in your thread, your dazzling details, your wooden elements, your punch outs, your stickers, sequins, and washi. The next case is your inks. So toss in your ink colors, your Crushed Curry and Pool Party, your Night of Navy, and your Watermelon Wonder. And your final case is your toolkit. I cut my Stampin' Pierce mat in half. This is really large enough for a card, so no sense in having it larger than that, so you get two for the price of one. Plus it fits in my box. I'm tossing in my block. I didn't compare this block with our regular blocks. Our regular blocks are a little bit thicker, and they've got nice rounded edges, and they've got a groove in there that makes it easy to put your fingers in there. The blocks that come with the kit do not have all of those things, but it is nice and sturdy and is a great size. The block that's closest in size is our H block. This is a little bit smaller, but this will fit all of the stamps that come with the kit, as well as everything that's in the Sprinkles of Life set. Toss in your dimensionals, your snips, your bone folder, and your adhesive of your choice. I'm tossing in snail. I like to add a little 6-inch ruler. I often use this for traveling, and so I like having some Stampin' Mist in a little spritzer bottle, as well as this is a piece of the replacement for our old retired Stampin' Scrub pad. You can also use just a washcloth or a paper towel, or maybe even wipes, or you can go to the paint department of your hardware store, and this is very similar to the pads that are used for painting around windowsills and so forth. So I toss that into my case. And that is your toolkit, your embellishments, your inks, your 2 stamp sets, Watercolor Wishes and Sprinkles of Life, and your card bases. The only thing that doesn't fit in these is the punch. I tried every which way to get the punch in. It almost fits in the boxes, but not really quite. But all of these things do fit very nicely into one of these basic photo boxes. And you can put your punch in there, as well as the directions from the Watercolor Wishes kit. And if you are traveling, just lay these down on the side, and they still fit in perfectly with a little bit of room to spare, and you are ready to stamp wherever you go. Love it. I have taken my Getting Started kit on vacations numerous times. It's a great way to stamp on the go. If you would like to order your supplies for the Getting Started challenge, come on over to bevadams.com, and you can read all of the details, see all of the variations that you might want to try, and I'll be coming back usually about once a month to show you a card for your Getting Started challenge. Talk to you soon. Bye.